Join me as you and I you take a journey to become better writers together and geek out.
Well, hello there, Apple Bites. This is your Apple Bite Ralph Tavares, or Written Writ Ralph here, talking to you from our show, The Written Writ Show. And we're talking to Laurie Foster and her Unlikely Hero Studio, talking all Cthulhu is hard to spell. And for me, it's usually hard to say. But for some reason, today, it's right there at the tip of my tongue.
You're killing it.
I know the guys are surprised. Whoa, Ralph is saying it right.
I mean, you spelled it right, so.
I spelled it right. I did spell it right.
That is impressive. You know, I've had a few problems with that so far, and we're 2 days into the camp. We're barely 2 days into the campaign, and there's been a lot of misspellings. So you're ahead of the game.
I have to admit, I think it's because we had Cthulhu Jr., and then we had another book that had Cthulhu in it, and we had another book that had Cthulhu in it. So we like Cthulhu here.
He's very popular.
Oh, dude, yeah. And you got to check him out in Cthulhu Jr. because he's cute as heck there. What was the other book? Cthulhu Saves Christmas? That was the other book.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. So, Laurie, let's just start this off right. Tell the people who you are, what you do. Give them the whole spiel. Tell them why they should support what you're throwing at them.
Cool. Okay, so that's a lot. So I'm Laurie Foster. I own Unlikely Hero Studios. We're a small indie publisher. We do all kinds of cool stuff, but this particular project is a Lovecraft anthology made by a bunch of very diverse creators, and it's also all ages. So it's not for kids, but it's meant to be accessible to everyone so that, you know, you can introduce your kids to the world of Lovecraft without any problems. And it varies from just absolutely terrifying stories to really goofy, cartoony stories, and it's just all over the place. Yeah, so we basically wanted to make Cthulhu accessible to everybody.
So it sounds like you're doing the classic comic book style, which is how I grew up with, where everything was for everybody to read, even though sometimes the subject matter may have been a little more adult.
Exactly. I like to kind of compare it to, I mean, it's not exactly the right comparison, but SpongeBob. Like, SpongeBob is for kids, but adults can enjoy it, and there's adult jokes that kids do not get in there,
Not at
but
all.
everyone can still enjoy it.
But see, that's how I grew up with comics. When I was growing up, it wasn't like there's kids comics and there's adult comics. It was just comics.
Exactly, yeah.
It was seen as a kid thing, but
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why people think today that you have to dumb things down for kids. No, you don't. Like the kids,
No.
A lot of times they're smarter than us in a lot of ways, man. You don't need to dumb things down for them, you know?
That's exactly it. And a lot of Lovecraft's work was kind of about being afraid of the unknown thing that you can't see anyway. It wasn't gore flying all over the place.
Exactly.
Right.
So.
And I think when you're not putting too much gore into your comics, you get more creative because you got to figure out another way to scare people other than, going for the easy way, which is the gore.
Exactly. Yep. See, you guys get it.
Oh, dude, I love the old movies for that reason, because they couldn't show that stuff, so they had to get really creative. And some of those older movies are scary as heck.
Exactly.
Remember that Lovecraft story that had the color that you couldn't describe, and you had to imagine what it was, and
yeah, that's exactly it.
Like, it freaks you out. Like, whoa, I can't describe the color. I don't know what it was. Freaks you out.
Yeah, the unknown. I like to give Bird Box as an example too of a kind of Lovecraft inspired thing where nobody knew what was going on, but you open your eyes and it messes you up, and that's when you have that knowledge and it scares the crap out of you. But we never see anything.
No, actually, you're completely right there. It's a classic story done more recently, where the fear is the fear of the unknown.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what made you choose Cthulhu, even though we like Cthulhu here?
So I actually kind of inherited this anthology series from Russell Nohelty. He's a USA Today bestselling author, and what sold it for me is that Because as we all may or may not know, Lovecraft was kind of a crappy person back in his day. He wrote kind of some questionable stuff, and I don't mind admitting that. Like and Russell's goal with the anthology, and my goal as well, is to allow diverse creators to tell their stories where Lovecraft probably would not have liked that, because he, we don't have to go into that, but getting, women and people of color and queer people telling their stories, because the creatures and the ideas that Lovecraft came up with were really, really cool.
They were.
Yeah.
And I think you bring something up. I feel like we've come to this point now where instead of doing what you're doing, which is, well, let's move forward. We know this person's
Right.
a writer, but let's move forward. The work is out there. Just because somebody's a crappy person doesn't mean their work is crappy.
I mean,
That's it.
He lived in the 30s. Society was crappy. We've gotten better, so it's better to to move forward instead of like what we were doing now, going back to the past and trying to change it and censor it. No, just move forward. And if he was alive today, chances are he'd be a better person. But he was lived in a really bad time. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. And this way, if people are worried about giving their money to somebody questionable, he's been dead for a while, so he's not getting it. The minority creators are getting it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like people forget that sometimes. People forget there's other people involved with all this stuff. You may be upset with somebody, but there's other people there. Don't forget the other people.
Oh God. I don't like what this one writer said. Boycott the whole company. I'm like, okay.
That's the thing.
The janitor is gonna feel it, right? Everybody's gonna feel it. Like that's why boycott. They're ridiculous. I don't know.
That's the thing, and Lovecraft has his stuff has influenced everything, almost everything in pop culture. So we can't boycott all of it, but we can create new stuff that's
exactly
diverse and stuff. So,
and
he had one of the first shared universes with Conan the Barbarian and Ron Howard, is that name? Oh, Howard is the last name. Yeah, but they had the first shared universe, and now when you watch a Marvel movie, everything's a shared universe, and now everybody loves it. But it's as old as the 30s, really.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Dude, this book looks fantastic. Let's see if I can actually play the video. Let's see.
If it doesn't work, I can probably give you a file.
Oh, cool. You're taking a long time today, brother. There we go. That's a great teaser. Great teaser. Dude, I was gonna tell you that I really love the books. The covers to them. You did a good job of picking the covers.
Thank you. What I kind of tried to aim for was, having one that was kind of a classic Cthulhu, and then one that was ridiculous and cartoony, and one that was creepy and cartoony at the same time.
That's you actually did a good job of that.
Thank you.
I also think that people forget that a lot of the comic books started off actually as all the creepy stuff. You know, it was one of the first types of comics that were out there was the horror creepy stuff. You know, I know it's having a resurgence now. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of one and dones, just like Twilight Zone and Tales from the Crypt and all that stuff. A lot of one and dones, yeah.
So, do you have? I know this is hard to ask because most people can't answer it. Do you have a favorite of all the stories that are in there right now?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stories too. Oh wow. Like there's probably 60 stories.
You can tell us a couple of them, don't worry.
Who's your favorite child?
Right. Yeah, that's rough. There are a few that are really unique, I guess, that I'll touch on. There's one by Lloyd Ladera that actually has no words. It's just all imagery.
Ooh,
That one's super, super creepy. There's a few stories about cats. Those are a soft spot for me. Like cats actually being demons or old gods is.
I love those cat stories.
Yeah. So.
You really got me. I'm like, okay, we got cats, we got a silent type comic. I love those because it's always amazing to see the story told through art, and when they get it right, it's amazing.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, they're awesome. We have oh wow, there's just so many. We have, like I said, a couple of silly ones that are just if you scroll down, there are previews of a bunch of the art, so we could look at it. I don't know if that's helpful cover. Rather than me describing it.
Look at that beautiful cover. Oh. This one caught my attention. I gotta admit, it's really cute, and I think you had like a preview of it somewhere, and I was looking through it.
Yeah, that one, and it's different. It's a different style than what you would expect for Cthulhu.
Yeah. I think that's what caught my attention.
Yeah, and Angela's fantastic to work with, and it's cute, it's creepy, and it's just that's awesome.
The Dunwich, remember that?
The Dunwich boys.
The Dunwich.
Yeah, and then we got some cats.
Cat.
And then we have kind of some just classic monstrous, the classic.
Whoa. Yeah. There goes that beautiful cover there. Of course, you got to catch Cthulhu taking a bath. It just happens.
And the Cthulhu ducky.
I saw that. I was like, oh. Is this going to be part of the Kickstarter where you can get a Cthulhu ducky?
If we can get enough money, I would love to be able to make that a thing. So
sounds good to me.
And that one's, science fiction. So we have Cthulhu stuff in space. We've got everything here. It's really great.
Looks like, when I was looking through it, it just, nice. You hit a lot of notes in one shot, which is amazing. Because, usually one of these books has like one style or maybe 2 or 3 styles. This has a lot of different styles.
Yeah, it's all over the place in a good way. It's great.
Completely. I can tell you, it's in a good way. If you want a book that's going to give you a lot of stories in one place, this is the place to go.
Tentacles.
Tentacles are cool. The art is just beautiful, and it changes from thing to thing. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what makes it even more beautiful.
Yeah, a lot of different styles,
Yeah, going from painted to like super like Nickelodeon cartoon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This caught my attention too. This is so psychedelic.
Yeah, that's the one with no words on it. There's.
Oh, I had a feeling.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful. Lloyd is an amazing painter. Ooh. And then that one kind of flashes through a whole bunch of because there's so many stories.
People, we're not joking here. There are so many stories in this. If this is worth your money. Because I know some people get upset because it was only one story or 2 or 3 stories, but no, you get a lot of stuff here.
No, we've lost our minds, which is suitable for this, right?
And of course, if you want to go the digital route, you can go the digital route. Choose your printed edition, $25. That's pretty cheap. We're talking about a lot of stories here. That's a pretty good price point.
Yeah, it's not a bad deal, and we have early bird bundles too for the first week, where if you get all 3 books, you get a discount.
Sock it to me.
Innsmouth. Innsmouth. Love all the Lovecraftian nods.
Thank you. Yes.
Innsmouth. So Dunwich earlier. It's cool.
I see Tony's enjoying it. Yeah.
The Spectre Elders. Oh yeah, dude. All right. Yeah, I love that stuff. Like I like.
Oh, look at the cute
Lovecraft
Cthulhu figure. Only 10 available.
Yeah, those are super limited. We have unpainted and then hand painted versions. These are not mass produced. Keith Taylor is one artist, and he's printing them and like they're resin, so you have to treat them so they're smooth and they look good. And then for the painted ones, he's hand painting them himself. So, and they're going to be in numbered special boxes, and that's it. Like those are the 10 that we're producing of each, and that's it.
I know you're already talking some collectors language out there. They're probably going, ooh.
I hope so.
And it's a good tier. That's actually not that it's not that expensive especially if you're getting a figure. Because you know how figures are these days, like $300 or $400.
Oh yeah.
188 retail pack. I figure you were gonna have options for the stores too.
Yeah, we'd love to get these in the stores. And they're 120 page or so soft covers, so they're a good size. They're not too big, they're not too small.
And that's 180 for 5 copies of each. That's pretty good.
It's a good deal for stores.
Oh, look, there he is, all colored.
Oh,
He looks so cute.
little
It's
feet.
so cute.
Little feet.
Yeah, cute little feet.
And he has little butt cheeks when you look at him from behind too. I think we have pictures of that on there somewhere.
Oh my god. I see you have even another one. Oh, so that's pretty decent. You got 2 different versions that the retailers can pick from.
Yeah, depending, because we figured, there's smaller retailers and big gigantic retailers that want a bunch of copies. So
Are these
those are the socks.
Yeah,
Socks are hard to mock up, so they look like socks. And you don't want to put like disembodied legs on the camp. Like there's no good way to show socks.
I gotta admit, I was like, are these bookmarks?
Yeah.
Oh, the t-shirt looks fantastic. That's a pretty decent t-shirt, and the art doesn't get lost in the shirt.
Yes, and that Cthulhu is Staniak. So anyone who's a fan of Staniaks, it's hard to see from here, but the Cthulhu is actually holding like handfuls of people, and there's people falling out of his mouth.
That's fantastic.
So the t-shirt is questionably not all ages, but the rest is.
Look at this thing. It's so cute.
He's so cute.
Oh, there's the box. Ooh, so you get a whole thing. Oh, it's amazing. Yeah. And I gotta admit, like, I know sometimes people can't, go, I can't afford this. Or, dude, you can always get the digital. Digital's always way cheaper. I know some of you guys like digital better than things. I like the hard copy.
Same. I like the smell of books.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely do. You guys have Cthulhu coffee?
Yes. So this started as Russell's idea, and he can't have caffeine, so it is decaf. Cthulhu is hard to caffeinate coffee. But he says it is fantastic because he's kind of a coffee snob, and he says he's always had trouble finding a good decaf coffee, but this one is quite good.
That's the problem usually for people who quit coffee, is they can't find a good substitute. So there you have it, folks. If you've quit coffee and you're doing decaf, this is a good substitute for you here. Ooh, a little face pin.
Yeah, we like to throw in a little extra merch.
Championship belt pin. Oh, I like these.
I want a real championship belt like that. It's awesome.
Dude, I was about to ask you. I was going to say, did you guys consider doing like a real championship?
Stretch goals. We should do it.
These are all cute pins. We love pins here, so these are fantastic. All three of them.
Thank you.
Print volume 2, volume 3, $25. Socks are $25. You guys kept the prices down pretty low.
We try to do as basically as low as we can and still, make some money to produce stuff, basically, is what we're hoping.
Which is a hard line to follow, believe me. We know.
It is, yeah.
There we go. I'm guessing this is the crew. Yep, this is the crew.
Yeah.
See, all these lovely folks got together, made this thing for you, so you guys can go and support them. And I love this little ending here.
Yeah.
Oh, this is fantastic. What made you go in this direction instead of the usual Kickstarter direction?
I guess a couple of reasons. The first of which that Russell released them originally on Kickstarter, so we wanted to try and branch out a little bit. But also, I have been working with BackerKit for a while, even through my Kickstarter campaigns to fulfill my campaigns and help fulfill other people's campaigns. And they've just been really awesome to work with for fulfillment, for marketing, for advertising. Really like face to face. Like I feel like very personal and face to face with them. And their crowdfunding's still in beta testing, but I talked to them and I was like, would you guys be interested in running this? And they seemed really excited. So it's kind of a partnership and we're trying it out and seeing how it goes. And
I like this.
We're just being crazy.
We need more options.
Yeah.
So let me ask you that question. If somebody is looking for a way to do their crowdfunding, what would make you go through BackerKit instead of Kickstarter? What should they be thinking about when they decide this?
For now, at least through BackerKit, I would only go with something that I wouldn't Kickstart a single issue. I would go with something with a higher price point or something that's very advertisable or marketable. So a board game, a tabletop game, a graphic novel, like something with a higher price point, because they haven't built up as high as Kickstarter in terms of their innate audience.
Right.
And so you want something that will sell with marketing rather than counting on that innate audience, if that makes sense. So that's what I would suggest.
That's a good answer. Very good.
I've heard a few people that they weren't successful in Kickstarter and they went to BackerKit and they had like a better experience with BackerKit. So I have heard that. Yeah,
it kind of depends on what you're running, on what your product is, and the experience you're looking for. Also, I really like collaborating, so BackerKit like really fills that for me. Like it was really easy to work with them and figure this out, and they're marketing our campaign and doing all of that with us. So I really like that.
It's going well for you because you guys are at a good place already. You guys are $7,063. You're trying to get funded at $10,000. You're really close to that now. And you
it's not bad. Yeah.
I'm 97 backers. That's just amazing.
Thank you. No, thank you to everyone who's backed it so far. I'm excited to see where we go because we have a lot of cool stretch goals planned. So yeah, fingers crossed.
Dude, I like it. Looks good. It looks like you put it in a good place. It's doing really well. I like the concept of so many stories in a very inexpensive book. $25. That's a pretty low price range for this type of book.
Yeah, I mean it's basically what you pay for it in a store. Like I don't feel that we're marking it up any higher than that.
Yeah, I feel like it is about a store price. It's not a Kickstarter price. Usually Kickstarter price is about $50, $40 if you're lucky.
Yeah, and we wanted to make this more accessible, more affordable. So
okay, you guys do this book. I can see that you have to be having plans. I can see the percolating already going on. Where are you going to take this from here?
So there's within the re-release, there's going to be 3 more short volumes. And then we're going to start making new volumes. But on top of that, Russell and I are discussing tabletop stuff for sure. I'd really like to do some kind of Cthulhu monster manual probably to start with, where we have all these cool creatures and you get art of them and you get stats for them, and we have some stuff planned. I can't spoil too much of it, but
You're talking
definitely
our language here, so
yeah. Definitely more books, and then we want to get into the tabletop stuff because I think it'd be really fun.
Oh, dude, as an avid D&D player, yeah, I can see where this would come in handy.
Yeah, it would be fun.
Oh, totally, man. You know, as a DM, I'll be like, as a player, I'll probably be like, no.
All of this sounds horrible. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about your company, because I gotta admit, I do love the name of the company. You know, Unlikely Hero Studios.
Yeah, thank you. So it was originally founded by Zach Dolan. I'm not sure the exact year. They were working on a book called Super. They hired me as an inker, and we kind of went from there. I ended up partnering with them and expanding the company. And then Zach sadly passed away in 2019. So I am continuing on with it. But yeah, basically the gist is, the people who work at the company and the books that we make are all about unlikely heroes, like people who are you don't expect to be a hero.
It's a great concept. It's the kind of heroes we actually run into every day. So
exactly, that's exactly it. Yeah,
dude, you really got something going here. The art's fantastic. The book just looks really solid. We see a lot of Kickstarters, so if I'm a little amazed, sometimes you're like, you released this, why?
You're like, this looks really good.
Yeah, this looks really thought out. I really like. I don't see many of the negatives on this.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm trying to think if I have anything else to add about the book itself.
I gotta admit, you got a hard job. This book kind of sells. Well, I guess it's an easy job. This book kind of sells itself.
Right. There's a ton of cool stories. The stories of all different genres and types. Yeah, we have, sorry, I have a cat that I don't want to destroy. Do you want to come up instead of destroying my stuff? Okay.
He says yes.
There he is.
Is that a Cthulhu? Is that a Cthulhu cat or a normal cat?
Probably. If I had so the way he acts sometimes, probably, yeah. We have a mix of newbie contributors and pro contributor, which I think is really important. So, because you find talent where you don't expect it, and I really think that's important to have.
I know that you're saying that you got these books now, and there's a couple of books coming out more. Is there something that hasn't been done yet that you feel like needs to be covered from Lovecraft world?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, because the Lovecraftians out there are going to be like, yes, did you do this?
Right. The first 6 books cover a lot. The creators are pretty nuts in terms of Lovecraft stuff. So I'm not sure. That is a good question.
Exactly. Go ahead.
I don't know that we've covered all of the really obscure short stories that he's done, and I think getting into some of those might be fun. Getting into some of the more obscure gods, because you have a lot of classic monsters in here, but
definitely,
yeah. So maybe that would if
the gods having this huge battle. It's just huge.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, because I know a lot of people go. I know a lot of people out there. They sit there. They know Cthulhu, but they don't know much of the stuff behind Cthulhu. So it's always interesting to me when we have somebody talking Cthulhu, and they're like, "Oh, Cthulhu."
Right. Yeah, there's more than just Cthulhu. You know, there's I don't want to try to pronounce all of them because that's going to be a nightmare.
Because Cthulhu's hard to spell.
Right. And it just gets worse. It gets worse and more
Exactly.
consonants and
I don't know. I always felt like he sat there and said, "We're gonna put letters together." And see what happens."
Exactly. I feel like almost like what his goal was to make the names of the monsters and the gods unpronounceable, like almost as though like they can't actually be spoken by humans. And then we try to say them and it's just terrible.
Well, as we know, there's power in names, so you know it actually makes a plausible answer to that.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, because you don't want to say the wrong god's name at the wrong time, and all of a sudden, "Hi, you called me?"
Yeah, you don't want to open the wrong book. You know, you don't want to mess around.
Oh my god, I've always loved those stories with names and the power of names, and you know even when you start getting into other aspects of things, you know, supernatural, demonology, you know, there's just things that give you power when it comes to certain creatures, certain beings, you know.
That's it. And I think what's interesting too though about some of the stories is that Lovecraft kind of kept with some of these creatures kept them very like unknowable or whatever, like they're just mysterious, but some of the creators imagine forms, some of them, so you'll see probably forms that you don't expect for some of the gods, which I think is really fun.
Well, that's always one of the fun things about reading through Lovecraftian stuff is you imagining what he's talking about.
That's it. Yeah, and seeing different interpretations of that I think is really cool.
Always. I think that's why people are always so fascinated with it, because you know, this thing has never died down.
Yeah,
I know in the 80s when we were kids, this stuff was everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, I think, despite, you know, his misgivings, the he was clearly afraid of a lot of things.
Yeah.
And that translated well into his writing, and we can all relate to being afraid of the unknown or afraid of things. So it's really easy to just translate that into anything.
What I'm amazed at is, like, you know, I know especially in the past couple of years, this like softening of Cthulhu, where you know, like in your book, you have some of it. It's cute, it's cartoony, it's, you know, like I was talking about Cthulhu Junior, you know, from Dirk Manning, which is, you know, fantastic, and you know, it's a superhero version of Cthulhu, and then Cthulhu Saves Christmas. You know, there's this softening of the whole mythos that's been happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't think some people think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's, like I said, being able to get your kids to like something and then gradually working them up to showing them like the crazy stuff. Like you'll just end up with bigger fans of the mythos in the first place, I think.
But that's how it is, you know. And like I said earlier, like when I started collecting comics, it was something that, you know, it was a comic. Pretty much it was readable by anybody. You know, and it was because it was supposed to be made that way because of the code and all this and that. But at the same time, it wasn't made for kids completely. There were, you know, so I was reading Fantastic Four, and they were like thermonuclear this and that, and I would have to run to the dictionary to figure out what the heck they're talking about. That got me reading. They put me in a place to devour this stuff, and from there I moved on to bigger things.
Right, exactly. So I think it's a good thing to.
Oh, I completely think it's a good thing. I am a big proponent of the fact that comic books and this type of literature is a good place for kids to start, because sometimes it's hard to get them to read anything.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, completely. Oh my God, I am just like enamored with this thing. So
you.
it's 3 volumes, right? So each volume has a different story.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's about 20 stories per volume that
All
you're
right.
gonna get.
So
Yeah.
you're getting 20, 20, 20. That's 60. Ooh. Wow. That's a lot of
It's
story.
ridiculous. Yeah.
That is a lot of story. And that's not even counting all the knickknacks, the t-shirts, the pins, the statues. You really guys and you're working on stretch goals.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm hoping if we can hit some stretch goals to unlock potentially a slipcase for all 3 books for the people who are collecting all 3, and the slipcase would have different art on it.
Nice.
And then maybe some metal bookmarks, another pair of socks, that kind of stuff. We have some plans.
That's what I'm about to ask you. What's the sneak peek? At least the first stretch goal, so people can we want to get there.
I'm trying to. I think the first stretch goal is going to be unlocking the other pair of socks, which will they'll have the design from the orange cover with Stan's
Cool.
Cthulhu on them, so they'll be awesome.
Well, you have it, folks. So it sounds to me like they've already got a bunch of good stretch goals planned there. And if you like socks, you get one off right off the bat.
Yes.
I'm a sock person, which is funny because when I was a kid, I would get that for Christmas and be like, socks. Now if
Fair.
I get a gift of socks for Christmas, I'm like, oh my God, socks. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for crazy art on socks too. I don't know. I just like bright, colorful socks. I think I've just hit a point in adulthood where I don't care what people think of my socks if they're bright colored and I like wearing them.
I'm guessing Kadma's in the lurking there. She said the maintained mysterious aspect definitely gives a reader a stronger ability to imagine what they see. It's pretty good.
Right.
Oh man. It really sounds like you're having a lot of fun with this, which is a good thing, because we like to see the passion here. When we're looking at this kind of stuff, people want to see passion. They want to see that oh my God, they really like their project they're working on. Sometimes you get somebody who's like, yeah, book, there, go, bye.
Yeah. No, I'm super excited about this. I've learned more about the Lovecraft mythos from all the creators working on this because I'm not the foremost expert. I've read it and I know a bunch of it, but even through working with this many creators, I've learned a bunch, and I'm looking forward to learning more and making more work and expanding on the universe. It's so exciting.
That's a definite, and that's the great thing about this, as a writer, that's what you want to do. You want to get these projects where you actually have this passion into them, because it makes for better, it makes the books better, it makes the project better, No problem, Tony.
You okay, Tony?
I think Tony's having a big issue over there.
Grabbing my books. Grabbing my.
There's just there's a monster slowly dragging him off the screen.
That's what it looks like. I thought Cthulhu had him. Oh, there you go.
Hey,
there you go.
They got that one. Look at that sucker. I got this one too.
Oh.
Yeah, good stuff.
I was reading this. I'm scared of flying, so I always try to read while I fly. I was reading this book. Not a good idea, man. Because I thought, what if a giant tentacle monster comes out and drags his plane down? Not a good idea, but
a terrible plan.
Yeah.
I don't know how you thought that was going to help you.
I don't know.
I'll read this. I won't be scared.
No, I just, I get on a plane. I just grab books, anything to read. I didn't think about that one. I didn't think that one through, though.
Were you? I hope you weren't flying over the ocean, were you? Because that would make it worse, I think.
I was going to Alaska at the time, so not a very.
That's even worse.
Dude, we're just over ice caps. Oh my God.
Not a good idea. In Alaska?
Yeah, I know.
Nightmares.
Is there any other project you want to work on? What's your dream project?
Oh, geez. I mean,
never
I've
liked
yeah. I mean, yeah. Over the last year or two, I've really been able to work with so many awesome creators and do the kind of thing that I want to do. So, like, I'm pretty happy with what we're doing right now.
That's a good thing.
I mean, as an inker, I'd love to work on like Spider-Man, which is
Oh my
completely
God.
unrelated to any of this, but that would be a dream.
That is the dream job, though. I would love to write Spider-Man.
Not not right now. Not comic history. Not right now.
Well, if I'm writing Spider-Man,
Not
then
Amazing
most
Spider-Man.
likely, if I'm writing
Right,
Spider-Man,
you're
then
gonna
most
fix
likely
it.
Lost Hunt
I
is
won't
good.
receive it.
Well, if you're ready, yeah. Well, they won't let you. I don't know. They wouldn't let me write it because as soon as I wrote Spider-Man is still married, like, okay, get out of here. Get out of here. You're not, like,
Yes,
let me write
Tony
it.
there likes the big-eyed,
You're like,
married Spider-Man.
Venom is a bad guy. Like, Venom is a bad guy. Get out of here with that. They wouldn't let me.
What I've always wanted to see, and I know they can't do it because everybody knows the story of Venom and Spider-Man. I would love to see how Venom showed up in the book that I originally read, where Venom was this thing that was happening and it was coming out of nowhere, and but I know that everybody would know what it is automatically, but I would still love to see that story.
Mm-hmm.
A complete origin story of how Venom happened.
That would be awesome.
It's the same thing with and I know they kind of showed it in Dark Knight, but I would love to see the breaking of the Bat story because it's such an intricate story and they did such a slaughter job on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah, because I want to see because Bane's plan was fantastic. Get all those villains, release them from Arkham, let them get at Batman. Then when he's so tired that he can't do anything, you break the Bat.
Right.
It's a fantastic story. Great video game too, if you guys are listening out there.
Come on, guys.
Exactly. Cat was saying yes.
It's Hollywood, man, is way Hollywood, man, way too many cooks in the kitchen, man, for movies, man. Live action, way.
Oh, geez. Mm-hmm.
Way too many politics. Very, very hard to do anything. It's a miracle any of those movies get made, pretty much. I mean,
I completely agree.
yeah.
All right, so let's show off a couple of things here while we're like letting you digest all that Cthulhu stuff. Of course, our friend Kat, who sent us Laurie here, is working on her anthology, which is Hairology, which I almost submitted something to, because it's just a great idea.
Oh, it's awesome.
Dude, I'm surprised it hasn't been done sooner because hair is so important to books in general. There you guys have it. Hairology, a celebration of hair. They are at 10,342. They need to get to 18,000 to fund. 306 backers. That's amazing. That alone is amazing. 306 backers. 14 days to go, which means they got plenty of time to get to where they need to go. But folks, we need to support these things. Go out there, go check this out. You won't regret it. It's a good anthology. She did a good job at putting this together with a bunch of talented people, beautiful artists, amazing writers. Dude, look at these pins alone here, man.
Yeah, this is awesome.
And that's from one of their stories, The Hair Monster. I'm surprised that nobody's done something with hair sooner. One of the classic stories is freaking Samson and Delilah, which is a hair story right there. And I think they actually somebody covers Samson in this book, or like a new updated version of it.
That's cool.
And look at this art. This art is just beautiful. They really did a good job of crafting this and putting this together. Come on, folks, you got to support the indies, and especially a book like this that it's a bunch of different artists and writers getting together to show off their stuff. This is the best place to support them because Some people don't get a chance to go anywhere else. The same thing with Cthulhu. It's always a great thing to see a bunch of different people come together for a great collaboration. And it gives chances to so many people that don't have chances.
That's exactly it. You're supporting all of these teams, and this book the Hairology book is important, in my opinion. It needs to get made. It needs to get into stores. There's really awesome stories.
There's Samson.
There it goes. Yeah.
There's Samson there.
Oh, this just looks great.
Sailor Moon. Kind of.
I was a teenage werewolf. Well, that makes sense. Hair. Like I said, there's so much things you can do with hair. Oh my God, look who it is. It's Burt Reynolds.
Classic.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
that's that old DirecTV remote.
Exactly. It goes so many different directions. Again, just like Cthulhu, I like how varied it is. It's not just like, well, we're going to tell the same story 15 times.
Well, everybody has hair, so hair can be any genre, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't know. I feel like sometimes you have people who are creative but don't think creatively.
Right.
I don't know if that makes sense. And here we love doing this stuff, especially as a writer. I love having writer's prompts. And this is just like an amazing writer's prompt right here. Well, what can you do with hair? What story would you come up with if you can do a story about hair?
Absolutely.
Would the hair be the main character? Or would the hair be a side character? Would the hair just be like a mention? Because it's still all hair.
That's true.
Oh, dude, we love doing like the challenges here where we just there goes our friend Kat.
Yay.
Amazing creator. Love her freaking top 10 Kickstarters to look at. If you guys want to check out Kickstarters that you may not know of, check out Kat's top 10 Kickstarters. She does them every month, and she puts some interesting stuff on there that you probably may not have seen. Of course, it's Phil Falco, and of course the whole set of beautiful creators who have worked on the book itself, and all the people you're supporting. And of course, as always, you get your $1 indie comic bundle. And if you want the digital edition, $10. See, everybody, there's ways to support. And one of the things I tell people all the time is, if you want to support a Kickstarter, you don't think you can support it, you can do it $1. You'll be amazed at how much $1 helps a Kickstarter. Or if you can't do anything, you can always spread the word. It's an important thing for backer kit, Kickstarters, everything that's out there, all these different ways to Indiegogo to just support these things, is to spread the word, show it off. Who knows? Maybe you can't afford to spend some money at the time, but somebody you shared it with might be able to.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're a creator, and you run campaigns on Kickstarter and you back a campaign, even for $1, all of your followers get an email when you back that campaign. So it's actually a really handy tool, even if you don't have money, to just back it for $1. And then that email goes out, and it's basically like a really effective share.
Wow.
To all of your followers. Mm-hmm.
That's a great tip. I haven't heard about that. Oh, dude, we're going to start saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because there's so many creators out there, and I know sometimes it's hard to support somebody else when you're trying to get your own book done. But $1, if what she's saying is true right now, you put $1 in there, and that's like a major boost to a book.
That's it, right? It'll email all of your own followers that you've backed the project, and then people are like, "Ooh, what's that?" So
Yeah,
I like using that as a tool.
Yeah, it has that option. Once you back, you can say, "Hey, tell all your friends that you backed this project," and you can hit that button, and it'll tell all of Facebook or Twitter or whatever it is. They have
Yeah,
that option.
you can also do that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I know I've seen when somebody else that I'm following supports something, and it shows up in my mail, but I didn't know that's what it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just thought they were, they supported that book. Okay, cool. And it's funny,
it's really
you're
handy.
right. It's an interesting way to spread the word, because there'll be times where so and so supported this book. I'm like, ooh, that looks interesting, and then I'll go check it out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
sometimes go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say I often back projects that way. When I see someone that I often back is backing something. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, what I was about to say was the same thing as you, is that that puts it on my radar sometimes when it wouldn't have been on my radar in any way, because you know how it is. As much as social media works for us, it works against us. So when you start to put something out there, all of a sudden nobody can see it.
But yeah,
like, hey, I put like 10 posts out there, and I'm like, I didn't see any of those. And these are the people you know.
Exactly. Yeah, they get eaten. All your posts get eaten. It's really frustrating.
That's why we got to spread the word, folks. Come on. Like we like to say here, Kickstarter is nobody's profiting off of Kickstarter. Maybe the bigger companies, maybe they're profiting, but nobody's profiting off of Kickstarter. Most people are putting money into, want you to put the money into the Kickstarter so they can actually give you more books.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Aside from Brandon Sanderson, who definitely profited off of Kickstarter.
I've seen those big ones. That's what I'm saying. The big guys, they profit. $1 million things.
I wish.
Shoot. I just need one of those $1 million things. I'll be fine.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, man. Let's see. What else do we got here? Of course, our friend from the Misadventures of Buddy and Friend. Let's see if I can put this up. She only has a couple of hours left. And it's a great D&D roll one type book. Lots of fun. Dude, you guys got to support this. She's finally funded. She's at $2,857. Come on, let's get her to $3,000.
All right.
Dude, yeah, exactly. All right. I like to tell you guys all the time, if you can double the creator's money, that's always a safe place to be. Most people don't put the funding money they actually need. They're trying to get the book funded so it's made, but at the same time, they're trying to keep it at a level where they can fund, so they can get the book created. So if you can get a creator's money doubled, that's always a good place for them to be. And I can't say that enough times. At least doubled. Let's show off the video here, because I really love her explanation of the whole thing. The Misadventures. Here we go. Let's see if it plays.
Hi there. I'm N-Source-T8, self-taught artist and writer and creator of The Misadventures of Buddy and Friend. The Misadventures of Buddy and Friend is a lighthearted story chock full of dark humor. If you're into Monty Python or Mel Brooks sort of humor, or if you spent your teenage years binge reading 8-bit theater like I did, then you're in pretty good company. So, some fantasy stories start off with a tavern brawl, and the main hero swoops in and kicks all the bad guys' asses, and he saves the day, and everyone's like, yay, thank you, Mr. Hero. But you totally saved the day, and we're eternally grateful, and all that other stuff. Yeah, no, that doesn't happen here. Instead, Buddy thinks he's being the hero by trying to stop tavern brawl, and he ends up pissing off the wrong people and getting his ass kicked. One thing leads to another, and Buddy finds himself in the slammer, now faced with the dreaded task of community service. In order to cheat the system and complete his sentence, he seeks help from a mysterious barbarian who's on a much more important quest, which involves saving the world. The whole world. Will these two unlikely allies be able to appease the justice system of the town of Kings Pleasant? If they do, will they be able to survive giant spiders and an impending demon invasion? You'll have to read the comic to find out. Which is why I'm here, on Kickstarter. I don't know how else to say it, but Kickstarter is absolutely amazing. I've been launching books on this platform since 2021, and I've been overwhelmed by the amount of support that people have shown for my comics. Not only am I getting my books out there directly into the hands of people who want to read them, but I'm also making connections with readers, and readers are connecting with me, and it's just a good time all around. This campaign is for issues 1 and 2 of Buddy and Friend. Aside from physical and digital books, I have some very cool variant covers, cute magnets, metal covers, and lots of unlockable goodies with stretch goals and milestones. So if you're looking for ridiculous, funny, ridiculously funny fantasy tale that reads like a D&D campaign where everyone rolls a 1, you should totally check out The Misadventures of Buddy and Friends. Thank you so much for your support, and keep an eye out because there'll be many, many more books to come.
I gotta admit, I still love the concept of this, where it's a story of rolled ones. Dude, that is the best time you have at any D&D campaign, is when people are rolling ones. As a DM, I love seeing them. As a player, it just hurts when it happens.
I love that though. That's a great concept. That's
Dude, yeah. And the art's
really
just
fun.
amazing. It's beautiful. It's fun. It looks like an animated feature if you're looking at it. And dude, just go support the indies. They do a lot of stuff. If you love D&D, you should go check it out.
That's an easy back for that one. That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. And she's like that close to 3,000. It's only a couple of people could get in there and do it. Come on, guys. She has 48 hours to go. We can do this.
It's just a couple coffees worth. Let's just
Exactly.
Fine. Yeah.
Yeah, but they like to say here, come on, let's raise each other up. The easiest ways to rise up is to raise each other up.
Yes.
Oh man, let's see. Do we have anything else here? Yes, that Kung Fu movie from Cynthia Rothberg. Let's see. I think she's doing well though, but we'll show it off anyway. We love Kung Fu here. We're geeks.
I was going to say, you can't go wrong with a Kung Fu movie. Okay, I'm on board.
Dude,
What's going
yeah.
on?
Here it is, Black Creek. All right, guys. Here's Cynthia Rothrock's Kung Fu movie, Black Creek. She's trying to get this made. She's trying to get the guy. Oh, there goes it was going up already. She's at 238,325, 304 backers. That's amazing. They are funded already because they were trying to reach 89,000. They still have 18 days to go. A movie takes a lot of money to make, folks. She's probably not even asking for the amount of money she needs, but this will probably get her started and get the movie finished. So help them out. And in case you guys don't know who Cynthia is, let's see if the video will work with us.
I'm Cynthia Rothrock, and I want to thank you so much for supporting my film Black Creek. We've reached our first stretch goal, which is creative control, and now our second stretch goal is to secure our locations and cast. Black Creek has been a dream of mine to do. I've done so many movies, and finally I decided to do my own film so I can pick the cast I want. I can have the action director I want. I mean, how many Westerns have you seen with such great martial art action? I don't think I could think of any. And with a female lead, right? If you look, there's so many male gunslingers, but I want to be one of the first known female gunslingers. And it's very important for me. I've always been a trailblazer for women ever since day one in martial arts. I was the first woman on the cover of Karate Illustrated magazine. I was the first woman to, not even the first woman, the man or woman to be inducted into Dr. Bob Goldman, Arnold Schwarzenegger's International Sports Hall of Fame. So I feel like I've been a trailblazer all my life, the first woman to ever win #1 in weapons competition in North America against the men. So I have broken so many barriers, and I am going to break the barrier with this film. Black Creek is a gritty Western. It's dark. It's going to be intense. The characters, each character is awesome, and the fight scenes are going to be unbelievable. Something new coming to the screen. And with your help, we can fund Black Creek. So thank you so much for the support and all the support that's going to come.
There you have it, folks. That sounds like a fantastic idea. Who doesn't like cowboys and kung fu?
That's awesome,
dude. Yeah, I saw her put this up, and I was like, I gotta share this.
Yeah, that's really cool.
All right, so roaming Tony, anything you got over there?
Yes. Nope. Not today.
I thought he was about to say, I got this thing.
Nope. I'm not working on anything right now. Let's see.
That's actually amazing.
I'm seeing Ant-Man on Saturday, so I'll give you a late review on it, and I'll probably do a type up. I haven't done one in a while. I'll probably do a type up of things I've been reading lately, and that's about it.
Can't wait to see what you think of it, because I know a lot of people are half and half on the movie.
Most of my friends have liked it, so they usually have the same opinions. So we'll see.
That's a good sign. Okay, that's a very good sign.
Yeah.
Mr.
I feel
Nathan.
like.
Oh, go ahead, Laurie.
Sorry about that. I was just going to say, I feel like in recent times, people are just kind of finding reasons to complain about new Marvel and DC movies, even though they're really cool. There's always someone who's like, no, it's terrible. Just say that it was terrible. So.
I have to agree with you, because I find that the argument tends to come on it just sucks, and I'm like, okay, why did it suck? Was it the writing? Was it the story? No, it just sucks. I'm like, no, you need to give me something more.
Exactly.
I need to know why it sucks.
Yep.
When I don't like something, I don't bother reviewing it. I just don't. Most of the time, if I have nothing nice to say, I don't bother reviewing, because the world doesn't need negativity out there. So some people will say I get 5-star reviews about anything. Like, I'm not gonna talk about it if I don't like it. Like, I'm gonna try to forget it and just move on. Like,
that's reasonable.
Unless it's so bad it's funny. Unless some things are so bad they're funny, or they're so bad they're good. Like, oh yeah, that'll have a great time talking about. But other than that,
I'm on board with that.
This thing's so bad it's good.
Yeah.
It's so bad it's good. You review something so bad that I'll give it 0 stars, but go see it anyway. It's horrible, but it's so bad it's good.
I know a couple of those movies. All right, Nathan, what do you got?
Cheeseburger at BK. Have it your way. You rule.
I knew you were going to say that. We're going to the waffle thing again.
I was going to ask him about the Maid Enthusiast. Like, I want to know more about what this is.
Ooh.
His subtitle. I want to know about this.
Oh.
I'm putting him on the spot.
Coming. Yeah.
No, you're not. Just go grab it. There we go.
There he goes.
Oh, okay. Well, I am also a Maid Enthusiast then, in that case.
Yes.
I figured he was going to find an easy answer.
I needed to know.
Who is not a Maid Enthusiast?
Right. In this case, yeah, exactly.
What else, Matt?
Subscribe to Hagar's Horribles.
Our friend Jordan, which is busy right now and not able
to show Jordan.
Up. Jordan Hagar's Horrible on YouTube. Go check him out.
And the Izzyverse on Mondays.
We all love the Izzyverse. I was there on Monday having fun with them, going through all the comics and helping our friend Sorcier with her Kickstarter that we just saw the bit of, trying to get her funded, and it was funded.
And I was eating puto.
I knew you were going to say it. Yeah, I saw you lurking in the comments section.
Oh, I wasn't even there. I was there for like a minute. I was actually eating puto.
But there's a bunch of people out there going, he's eating what? Did he just say what he said?
See, I was with my Filipino friends. Wonderful time.
Anytime you can have fun, food, and friends, it's a good thing.
Yes.
Filipino food is amazing. So.
Exactly.
It is. Who doesn't love some Filipino food?
Smile.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nat. Do it.
Man, this is Jordan's job today, though. Follow our wonderful artist from the Bitten Apple, Floof Schmallow, on Instagram and Twitter with her beautiful artworks. Look at the pretty bunny that took her a lot of time to make.
I gotta admit, this bunny is beautiful. It's the year of the bunny. She did a fantastic job with this.
And you
And
might
now
be
now
seeing
we're all
this.
bunny enthusiasts.
Exactly.
You,
Bunny
you might see
enthusiast.
this on a shirt or something coming up. Who
Dude,
knows? Oh
this would be great
dear.
on a shirt.
Am I leaking some information that should not be revealed? Oh no.
Of course, we love Bitsy Tandem, and our friend Flushmallow joined up with Bitsy to create these beautiful pins that if you guys were able to support the Kickstarter, should be getting soon actually. It was a nice mixture of Pokemon and Genshin. Yeah, Genshin.
Yes.
I'm not sure why I always have trouble with that. But as you can see, Floof does
It's
amazing
because you're
work.
not gamer, Ralph.
Oh, maybe I'm just not Genshin. Look at those pins. Here's the pins in reality. They look fantastic. They look beautiful. Bitsy Tandem is a great creator. She has her own thing. And if we go back over here, you can see a little bit of Bitsy's universe in her Eoterra universe and all the bits and pieces. This is what Flushmallow got from her Kickstarter recently.
This is also what the man above me also
I got
got.
mine. Yeah,
Oh,
let me see if I can find it.
And he's off to find it.
And what our good friend Hagar's Horribles got.
Oh, definitely. And my book is here. I got the Japanese and the English version because, hey.
Yeah, but didn't you get your books before this campaign?
Oh, I got my book ages ago. I supported like one of the first Kickstarters.
Nice.
There we go. Hey.
And of course, there's the beautiful
Hey,
book we're
there
talking
he
about,
is.
Maiden in Disguise. I'll put you up so people can see it. There we go. Maiden in Disguise, Bitsy Tandem. She does a fantastic job. The concept is amazing. It's a world where it's funny.
This is a bookmark.
The world.
Came with this
Oh,
too.
that's beautiful. I forgot about that.
Came with this too. Yeah, I use it as a bookmark. So
It's a world where you can get the BK Whopper your way because you
It's a world in a world, and of course, as gamers, we know the world in a world where we're playing in the game, and at the same time, life is happening in the real world, which is trying to stop us from playing in the game. And sometimes the game and the real world cross over. And as a massively multiplayer player, it's happened one too many times. So.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, I thought I was still here for no reason. All right.
He's like, I'm gonna start showing off my toys.
I was like,
He said it before. That's why I leave him on, because he starts to go, look at this, guys. Oh,
he's Roman. We got to expect it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
And this whole thing started because every time I would try to find them in the cons, I couldn't find them. I think we only have one thing left to show off, and of course, Shadow's not here right now. Let me type it up, and you guys can see the artistry that is Shadow Rabbit. You know who's working.
You mean the man who stole your hat and pins?
Dude, I didn't even know he had my hat and pin. He showed it off to me today in the chat, and I was like, "What? How did you get it?" Here we go. The amazing Shadow Rabbit makes your dreams realities.
Ralph's party
He
with
makes
Shadow.
these all by hand there on
Clothes over
clay.
there, having a wild time. Having a wild time without us. Leaving all
Of course,
kinds of
Shadow creates all this thing by hand, and he does an amazing job. You can commission Shadow to make whatever you want because he can make it for you, and he gets creative with it.
I think he's getting ready to wind down the shop for a bit, though.
Well, yeah, but it's always good to have some money before you wind things down. And of course, he is an amazing creator. He does a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And me and him are actually working on some top secret stuff right now, which maybe we'll tell you about sooner or later. And yeah, we can't say enough about Shadow Rabbit. He's an amazing artist. If you guys get a chance to have him make a figure for you guys, go right ahead. If you see him in a convention, he could probably make you one of the smaller figures that he makes, and those are even more amazing because it's a lot of detail.
Yeah, he'll make it for you at the show itself. It's crazy. The same day, he'll make it for you. Yeah, he's great. Yeah, one show I went to, it was so cute. There was like a 12-year-old girl that went up to him and she said, "You have a gift." It was so cute.
Aww.
course, we're big proponents of Mr. Shadow Rabbit here. And of course, I have to show off my Rafi Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
That's amazing. I'm jealous.
Which is why I say that Mr. Shadow can make your dreams come true. And I wouldn't be anywhere without. Well, right now my Hugbert is holding all this stuff, so I can't pull him off. But Shadow Rabbit made my beautiful Hugbert superhero teddy bear, so we can finally get my superhero teddy bear on Kickstarter, which should be happening sooner or later. If Lou can finish the art, the other Lou.
You see the Spider-Man that he made me.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Yay. Then of course you gotta
wow.
see the trick. Hold up. Gotta see the trick. Hold up. See if I can get it.
Today the trick doesn't work.
It's
Nice.
magnetic. It's magnetic.
Like I said, Shadow gets really creative. He does some amazing stuff. Commission him. He'll make you something good. So, Laurie, any last words? Oh, besides the fact that you need to tell everybody where they need to go to find all this beautiful stuff.
Well, first of all, I need to commission him and get a figure made, but
Who doesn't, man? I'm like, I have like 3 things lined up already, and I'm like,
yeah, I need to figure out what to get made. But yeah, Cthulhu is hard to spell. Has, I don't know, 27 days left or something. We'd love to hit the goal and start smashing some stretch goals and unlocking free stuff for all the backers. I'm really excited about that. And you can find the campaign at just uhstudios.com/backit, or you can find us on social media everywhere. Like Facebook is UH Studios, Instagram's UH Studios Official, Twitter, if anyone still uses that, is at UH Studios. And just uhstudios.com if you want to look at any of our other books and see what we're making. We got a ton of cool stuff.
I have to admit, finding you guys was so easy, which made my life so much easier. It was like I just plugged you in, and it was like, boom! Look, there you are.
We're on the internet. That's good. Okay.
Dude, but there's times where I plug people in, and I have to like do all this magic to make to find them.
I'm glad. So something we're doing is working.
Exactly. And of course, they have other things. They have other projects. I actually remember seeing this project a while back. Dude, you guys do a lot of good work. I feel like you guys continue doing the good work, continue putting out the good stuff out there. And we need to support people like this and continue to make these things happen.
Thank you.
Look at that, Laurie. I've changed my mind. We don't need to promote this. Yeah, I had to get to that one. I saw that. Okay.
Dee had a really fun time drawing cartoons of me torturing her for promotion.
I can see that.
I don't know if she was trying to tell me something, but
that's the fun of it, though, man. There's the passion again that we're talking about.
Exactly. I will launch you out of a cannon. Let's go.
All right. So, what's your last word, Laurie?
Just the last word ever?
I don't know about the last word ever, but that's some other area of things.
Support everyone that we talked about today, and support indie creators, and lift each other up, and have a great night.
There you have it, folks. I can see that there's a message from Cadma here about something we should look at on Instagram. Okay.
BK, have it your way.
It's probably BK, have it your way. I don't think she does the meme thing, though. Let me see if I can find out what it is. Talk amongst yourself. Well, what's the state of comics today? There you go. That's a
Oh gosh.
There's not enough Burger King in it.
No, there's not enough Burger King in it. There's not enough time to talk about that either.
So is Burger King paying you or not yet?
No. It is underground meme marketing.
But if you could get a Burger King sponsorship. Okay.
And so now, between the two, which one are you more attracted to?
Between Burger King and Arby's?
Yeah, like if you just saw the sandwich right in front of you, which one would you go, I'd smash that? I'm not joking. This is actual debate.
There.
For me personally, Burger King. At least right at this moment. Yeah.
See?
Dude, I remember a while back there was this little controversy because when Burger King was doing his 2 Whopper special, they were saying that it was diluting the brand because Whopper is their biggest sandwich, and giving 2 Whoppers for $6 is kind of diluting the thing. And I was like, no, I think that's actually showcasing the fact that who doesn't want 2 Whoppers for $6?
Yeah, agreed. Why not?
Exactly.
Remember, they are the restaurant that did have the 3rd pounder that failed because people thought it was smaller than the 1/4 pounder.
That's true. I remember I made the mistake one time because they started doing the double Whopper and the triple Whopper. And one day I was really hungry and I was like, I'm going to eat a triple Whopper. Don't ever do that.
No, it's heavy. It's heavy.
Wendy's. Oh.
Yeah, it's heavy. Yeah.
I don't think I could move.
I mean, Wendy still does it. The triple Whopper. Yeah, Wendy still does it. It's heavy though. It's heavy. It's triple Whopper. You have to be really hungry.
As you can see, folks, we like to geek out here.
We're talking about food, man. Come on.
Exactly.
I can see
normal right now.
Whenever I see an ad for Arby's, it's just like piles of meat, and the way that they do it is just not appealing to me. Compared
Have you
to
ever seen Arby's on the social media?
Oh,
I don't.
Oh yeah, they're funny.
Yeah,
They're
maybe I should
total
look at that
geeks.
more.
On the social media, if you go look on Facebook and Instagram, these little snippets that they do are total geek culture.
They'll do like
stuff, some Zelda stuff, some anime stuff.
Oh, nice.
They'll do some like cardboard cutouts, like Pokemon Gold and Silver is out, like with a little Pikachu. No, they're wild, man. I haven't seen them on my feed in I haven't seen them on my feed in a minute though, but
that's true.
Just the algorithm, I guess. But that might be the algorithm. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I remembered seeing that maybe a year or 2 ago, but it's been a while.
Oh, because during the pandemic they were putting stuff out like crazy.
That must be what it is.
Oh my god! Well, I can see what Camera showed us. It's a pretty cool thing. I'll stick it up on the Bitten Apple Instagram stories so you can see it yourself because it's from the Batman game, and they switched Batman and Catwoman, and it's just hilarious.
Oh, I've seen that.
Oh, you've seen it too, right?
Yes.
Dude, Batman's all like, ah.
Yeah, they put Batman's textures on Catwoman's sprite, so he walks and it's like super ridiculously over the top sexy. It's great.
Oh, so she was right. We did like it. All right, Catwoman. All right, folks, you got a little bit of geek, you got a little bit of books, you got a little bit of everything here. Go check out Cthulhu. It's hard to spell because for me it's hard to say, and I'm amazed that I've gone through the whole show without going Cthulhu or Cthulhu, which is what usually happens. Cthulhu, I think that's what I usually say, Cthulhu. Now that I said it, I probably won't be able to say Cthulhu. Oh, okay, they're good. I said it again. I've put the link in the comment section, so if you want to just look in the comment section and follow the link through there you go. Go get it. If not, go find Cthulhu, all the places that our friend Laurie has said. And Laurie, you are more than welcome anytime to come onto the show. You can geek out with the best of them.
Thank you. It was great. I had a great time. Thank you.
That's what we like to hear, because you know what we do here. It's like talking across the con table at a con. And that's the kind of conversation we like here. With that, I'll do what I always do here. I'll say, where it stops, nobody knows, because when I press the button, who knows where